Hey everyone, so this is going to be a bit shorter video since the crop of MMOs approaching release right now is a bit lackluster. With that in mind, I want to use this time instead to talk about the massive update released this week for Warframe. Plains of Eidolon dropped this week, adding the first open world area to Warframe. The area contains a city, Seda, and the actual plains themselves. Seda serves as little more than a marketplace and mission hub. All the action in this new area takes place in the plains. If you just drop into the plains, you'll be able to free roam the area and take part in randomly spawning missions and world bosses at your leisure. Doing this is a double-edged sword though, as the game will not properly scale the content and the levels of enemies can jump around sporadically. The way to get the most out of the plains and its related content is to undertake bounties. You can find them with the citizens of Seda and are multi-stage story-driven quests. The bounties I've done consisted of 4 or 5 stages, each being one type of mission that you can find in the plains randomly, and a handful that cannot. The first bounty I completed was to capture a Grineer commander who was trying to set up a stronghold on the plains. The bounty began with disrupting the supply drops coming to his newly set up camp. Then I had to kill Grineer's spies who were trying to bring their commander information. From there I hacked a drone that had fled the camp and brought it back to our base for investigation. Once we got the drone out, we cleared out the commander's camp of troops, defended it from his reinforcements, and finally captured him as he fled. The narrative of the bounty was short and didn't overcomplicate itself with details. It was a nice breath of fresh air from the series of kill all the guys or defend the stationary computer for 10 minutes type of missions. There are still defense and extermination missions, but they're a lot more varied with alternate or unique conditions that add to the experience. The game also throws plenty of rewards your way for completing bounties, which is a nice bonus. Also of note, you can find all kinds of materials in the plains that you can turn in for reputation gains, titles, and affinity bonuses. This makes exploring every little outpost and enemy encampment you find even more critical. The devs behind Warframe have tried super hard to make this new open world experience meaningful and rewarding, and for the most part they've really succeeded. The world bosses are super challenging. I wish I had footage to show you, but the footage of the 2 world bosses I fought was corrupted. I'll play some more this weekend, and if I get a solid one now that I've fixed the issue, I'll upload it as a gameplay video. As for why the footage corrupted, well, it's because the experience you get when you first install the update is finicky to say the least. Warframe pushed out the update for people to preload the day or so before it dropped. I, like most of my friends here at MMOHuts, did that. Unfortunately, a combination of questionable optimization and constant server disconnection prevented me from playing the game for more than a few minutes on my first few runs. I ended up having to use the launcher for Warframe to verify my cache 4 different times before it would run normally. Every single time I verified the cache, it returned no errors. Still, the game would run at 4 frames per second and drop connection due to client-server data mismatch after a minute or 2. Like I said though, after verifying it 4 times, I got it going properly, and the game has run like a charm ever since. The long story short is, if you're a fan of Warframe and you want a more open-world Destiny-style experience from the game, well, you're gonna get it with the Plains of Eidolon update. The bounties, missions, and world bosses are fantastic and a ton of fun, provided you don't run into technical issues like I and others have. The newest content update for Warframe is worth installing right away, so if you have the game, go check it out. If you don't have the game, download it anyway and then go check it out. Well, that's all for today. Let me know what you think of the Plains of Eidolon expansion down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and keep it locked on MMOHuts.com for all the latest gaming news and reviews.